Call the Apache Junction City Council meeting to order. Invocation will be led by Vice Mayor Wilson and the pledge by Council Member Evans.
Heavenly Father, we are gathered together this wonderful cool day. We are all enjoying this recent moisture and cool temperatures. We have returned to all our outdoor activities and look forward to the start of this wonderful season. We also ask for your oversight as we continue to perform city business and keep this community a great place to live, work, and raise a family. We extend this oversight to all our city staff, our police, and all our first responders as they continue to protect us and our possessions. We also ask for your protective oversight for our military members and their families wherever they are serving throughout the world. Bring them all home safely at the end of their shifts. In the Lord's name, amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Surtee,
Here.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Here.
Councilmember Barker,
Here.
Councilmember Evans,
Here.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Present.
Councilmember Struble,
Here.
Councilmember Waldron.
Here.
All members present. You have a quorum, Your Honor.
Do we have a motion on the consent agenda?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that the consent agenda be accepted as presented.
Second.
Roll call.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee.
Yes.
Unanimous, Your Honor.
I have a couple of proclamations. The first one is for Extra Mile Day. Whereas the city of Apache Junction, Arizona is a community which acknowledges that a special vibrancy exists within the entire community when its individual citizens collectively go the extra mile in personal effort, volunteerism, and service. And whereas the city of Apache Junction, Arizona is a community which encourages its citizens to maximize their personal contribution to the community by giving themselves wholeheartedly and with total effort, commitment, and conviction to their individual ambitions, family, friends, and community. And whereas the city of Apache Junction, Arizona is a community which chooses to shine a light on and celebrate individuals and organizations within its community who go the extra mile in order to make a difference and lift up fellow members of their community. And whereas the city of Apache Junction, Arizona acknowledges the mission of Extra Mile America to create 550 extra mile cities in America and is proud to support Extra Mile Day on November 1st, 2018. Now therefore I, Mayor of the City of Apache Junction, Arizona, do hereby proclaim November 1st, 2018 to be Extra Mile Day. I urge each individual in the community to take time on this day to not only go the extra mile in his or her life, but to also acknowledge all those who are inspirational in their efforts and commitment to make their organizations, families, community, and country or world a better place. And I don't know, is there anyone here to accept this?
The person who contacted me did not say they would be here tonight.
Okay. And just so happens that tomorrow we honor all of the volunteers in the city that give of themselves. Not so much just money, but time and everything. So that perfectly goes along with that. Then I have another one, which is Red Ribbon Week. Whereas cities across America have been plagued by the numerous problems associated with alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use. And whereas there is hope in winning the war on drugs, and the hope lies in the hard work and determination of our communities to create a drug-free environment. And whereas local leaders in government and in community know that the support of the people in the neighborhoods is the most effective tool they can have in their efforts to reduce use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs by the citizens of Apache Junction. And whereas the red ribbon was chosen as a symbol commemorating the work of Enrique Kiki Camarena, a Drug Enforcement Administration agent who was murdered in the line of duty and has come to represent the belief that one person can make a difference. And whereas the Red Ribbon Campaign was established by Congress in 1988 to promote this belief and encourage a drug-free lifestyle and involvement in drug prevention efforts. And whereas the City of Apache Junction values the health and safety of all our citizens, substance abuse is particularly damaging to one of the most valuable resources, our children, and a contributing factor in the 3 leading causes of death for teenagers: accident, homicides, and suicides. Whereas it is the goal of Red Ribbon Week and the City Council of Apache Junction to involve families, schools, businesses, churches, law enforcement agencies, and service organizations in all aspects of this campaign and establish an atmosphere that supports awareness, education, and ongoing initiatives to prevent illegal drug use. And whereas the Red Ribbon Week campaign theme promotes family and individual responsibilities for living healthy, drug-free lifestyles without illegal drugs or the illegal use of legal drugs. And whereas October 23rd through the 31st, 2018, has been designated National Red Ribbon Week, calling on all Americans to show their support for drug-free state by wearing a red ribbon and participating in drug-free activities during that week. And now, therefore, I, Jeff Surdy, the mayor of the City of Apache Junction, Arizona, do hereby proclaim October 23rd through the 31st, 2018 as Red Ribbon Week in Apache Junction, Arizona of Pinal County, and encourage all citizens, businesses, public and private agencies, media, religious, and educational institutions to wear and display red ribbons and participate in drug-free activities throughout that week, joining the rest of the state in promoting the Red Ribbon celebration and a drug-free America. And will the chief take this one?
There's a red ribbon.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll accept that on behalf of the Drug Enforcement Administration.
I'll come down.
Kind of like pin the tail on the dog.
Mm-hmm.
You pick.
Looks like I did.
A little closer, Hal.
I also have the red ribbons, I'll have my officer in the back, have these available if anybody wants any. We use them as bookmark, or you can use it in support of the campaign.
Any announcements or current events? Start on the left. Nope. Krista.
We've got one coming up. Last year, our Apache Junction Focal Point Committee came up with an idea to do a competition with all of our local businesses to decorate at Christmas time, the outside of their businesses with Christmas decorations and Christmas lights. And so again, this year, we're going to have the competition. It's been called Light the Trail, but it doesn't just include businesses on Apache Trail. It's including all the businesses in Apache Junction. And so the idea is to get enough businesses in our whole community and organizations to light up and decorate at holiday times to make Apache Junction the holiday go-to place. We'll have more contact information. Judy Lutz is going to be one of the sign-up with Arizona Winter Visitors. You can also sign up with me. Hopefully in the next week we'll have a flyer that can go out.
Okay, I've got a couple things. Same things last, we got the second annual AJ Kids Idol coming up. It'll be on January 27th at Barlean's, and we're having the auditions for the kindergarten through 12th graders. The first one is tomorrow night, and then Friday night, and then next Wednesday, the 24th, and they're going to be held over here at the MGC from 6 to 8. So if you know of any young people that are in the city, whether they attend the school district or they just live in the city, have them come on over and audition. It can be any kind of talent that they might have that they want to perform in front of people. And the second thing is we're going to be starting our AJ Open Mic Night, and the first one is going to be on November 2nd. That's an evening from 6 to 9, and it's going to be held at the Horizon Health and Wellness Earth Heart Park, which is just right over, wherever, over here. And it's open to anybody who has the desire to show off their talent singing and playing an instrument. And again, it's from 6 to 9 at night. So let me know if anybody's have any questions. It's all over Facebook too.
Yes. The Apache Junction Rodeo Queen, Ashley Isaac, excuse me, thank you, is putting on an event at the rodeo grounds this coming Sunday, October 21st. She is trying to raise funds as she attempts to ride 50 horses. She will start the ride at 9 a.m. and keep going until she reaches 50 or even if she goes beyond. Come out and help her with donations and root her on as she attempts to meet or exceed her goal of 50 pink horses. And I'd like to see that too. And dedicate this to each, she's dedicating this to each and every survivor or fighter of breast cancer. And it's an opportunity to root one of our local people on and come on out and see and enjoy and yell for her to make it.
Okay, we're joined tonight by Dane Meister from Troop 451, who's getting his Eagle Scout badge, and tonight he's observing for citizenship, so good job, Dane. This past weekend, Councilmember Rizzi and I attended the Tom Collenborn Memorial, which was very moving, and it was really amazing that the rainbows that kept coming down in the mountain, almost like they were saying something, because that's where Tom liked to be. You'll notice a lot of us are still wearing purple because this is the domestic violence month is still going on. And also at our airport, I say our airport because this community is a member of the Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. This Friday, the president is actually coming in to make a visit, which the airport has to stay non-political, just like the council does, but it's a chance to possibly get our community shown off. I mean, whenever you watch the Fiesta Bowl, a lot of times they'll show the superstitions, so the East Valley is going to be on the national spotlight on Friday. So, City Manager's report.
Thank you, Your Honor. Bryant Powell, City Manager. I hope that over the last couple of weeks, you've noticed our efforts at staff level to do all we can to help you and our community know about PD events that are going on in the police department. And we have asked and encouraged all of our PD staff to help us know those. When we get those, we will pass those along to Al, and we will get those out to you. So there was a couple recently, and we'll keep those coming as we have those. Tonight, for the manager report, we have our annual update on the 0.2% sales tax that's dedicated to fund roadway maintenance and repairs. As part of that resolution and ordinance that was passed several years ago, you are required that staff provide an annual report. Vice Mayor, remember that?
Oh, yes.
And so here we are working through it, and Matt Busby has the data and the information. If Matt, you could walk us through that report.
Sure, thank you. Mayor and Council, Matt Busby, Assistant City Manager. I'll briefly walk you through the revenues from the special sales tax, or the street sales tax as we call it, and the expenditures, and then show you a quick comparison of where we're at total, and then show you a few pictures of some of the streets we were able to accomplish this year because of this funding. So as you can see on the screen in front of you, we began collecting in fiscal year 2015. You can say it's steadily, because of some of the changes to DOR, we're still kind of figuring out what our annual amount will truly be, but we're very happy with this year's collections, as you can see. First couple of years, kind of shaky, weren't sure. We still believe that by the end of the 10 years, it'll bring in at least $10 million, and that was the original intent. So even though the first couple years were slow, we can see the uptick here. Moving on to expenditures, we knew it would be a little out of whack. If you remember, part of the resolution was to borrow against our own internal funds, our general fund and our HERF fund, our Highway Users Revenue Fund. And that's why we have such large expenditures up front. And over time, we'll pay back those funds through these collections for the street sales tax. And the difference you can see on this next one, that's how much we've borrowed against our own funds, and that will be paid back over time. In the end, we should get at least $10 million worth of street projects done. As you recall, when we adopted when the mayor and council adopted this ordinance and this tax, we based it on $10 million, but we knew that was only part of the problem. We still have a large backlog even below that, but we're getting a lot of great work done thanks to the efforts of our public work staff as well as you all adopting this special tax. One of the roads that got done was Baseline. You can see the before picture on the left as well as the after picture on the right. This is between Ironwood and Idaho. The next one is Broadway, going east from Old West Highway all the way to Goldfield. You can see the big improvement there. And the last one we'll show you is Palo Verde Drive. This is kind of in the heart of the middle of town. The one on the left is an overview of what we did paving-wise. And actually on the right, the sidewalks, I believe, were actually funded through a grant. They weren't funded through this street sales tax, but we wanted to show you some of the other great things as a result of some of these improvements. So those are just a few of the examples of the projects that we've done. But that concludes the information I have for you all. Do you have any questions, or would you like additional information?
No, but I want to say again, thank you for doing it because of the fact that it kind of, we show how we're spending the funds and what's going on and what the improvements are.
Does it look like it's going to continue to be in the negative, or is there any way to actually get a surplus and bank some by the end of the 10-year limit?
So the intent is, the ordinance reads that we'll use all the funding for roadway construction, repair, and maintenance. And it was based on the estimates that it raised $10 million. And so we knew that we wanted to get to a lot of it up front. Some of the higher costs, like the Apache Trail, we knew would be about $2 million. Actually, we thought it would be $4 million. And it came in lower, which is a great thing. So that allows us to get other projects done. So the short answer is yes. But we will spend all that money for the explicit purpose described in the ordinance. And we're hoping that we'll collect more than $10 million. The idea is we'll pay all our funds back, right, that we borrow against the HERF and the general fund. And hopefully we have access to do even more road work. So,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my report for tonight.
Public hearings, consideration of an application for a bingo license for Weaver's Needle RV Resort. And who is
It's me.
Kathy?
Kathy?
Yes.
We don't get this kind of application very often. It's been several years since you last looked at a bingo license application. These are issued through the Arizona Department of Revenue, and it can be for a mobile home park, it can be for an HOA in a residential neighborhood. In this particular case, it's for the residents of Weaver's Needle, and it's an application. However, there are different components to it. You have two individual applicants in this case, Mr. Ogden and Linda Getzkow, thank you, who are the principals as part of this application process. In your package, you have comments from the city departments and the fire district, and they're all in favor of this application. The applicant is here this evening in case you have any questions. Upon your approval, I will forward the signed application to the Arizona Department of Revenue.
Would the applicant like to say anything?
Yes, I'm Floyd Ogden from Weaver's Needle, and they had a license for like 28 years, and the gentleman that took it, that was doing it, had a little memory problem with age and stuff, and he forgot to mail in the transfer of license, and so I ended up taking it over, and thanks to your clerks and Patrick down at the Revenue Department, we got all the papers right, and I got them in here, and so we just want to continue it. We don't make a lot of money, they make enough money to put on some activities there and stuff, is all it is, and they've been very helpful with getting all this going, because I haven't done this before, but Pat has been really good down there, and he's given me some programs to show how to do it and how to run the payouts and all that according to the regulations and stuff, and so we're just pleased to keep it going,
Does anyone have any questions?
Can anybody from outside of the park come and play?
Oh, yes, it's open to the public, and they play every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and there's a sign out front for bingo, and it ain't multi-million-dollar operation. But we usually get somewhere between, last year I think we had 130 to 160 people playing from the park, and we probably 50% of that's from outside of the park. So it's pretty good.
Good turnout.
And how has the flooding been since we did that retention basin in front
We
of you?
haven't had any, and I live right on that canal in lot 376, which is the big canal that comes through from the flood pond. And the other day with that heaviest rain, the most water I've seen in that canal is like this, and I've seen it almost full before, because I've been coming down here for 15 years, and
So we call that retention basin Lake Weaver.
do you?
After the guy that
when
built
it
it,
was
yes.
full of water, I got a
Yeah.
little rubber raft. I was thinking about going setting out there with a fishing pole to see if somebody would say something, but I didn't.
Okay.
so.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Any more discussion?
Get a little kid in.
I'm really surprised that more parks don't do this. I mean, it's a staple back east, and good way to have fun and raise some funds. This is a public hearing. Would anyone like to speak on this item? Hearing and seeing none, I'll close the hearing and ask for a motion.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that the application for a Class A bingo license for Weaver's Needle RV Resort at 250 South Tomahawk Road, Apache Junction, Arizona, submitted by Linda Getzkow and Floyd Ogden, be recommended for approval to the Arizona Department of Revenue.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
Consideration of annual appointments and reappointments to Construction Board of Appeals, Health and Human Services, Municipal Property Corporation, and Public Safety Retirement Board. Kathy, we interviewed last night, and do we go right into the appointments?
You can.
So first up, we have for Construction Board of Appeal.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Jesse Gage be reappointed for the professional architect or engineer designation for a term to expire October 31st, 2020.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
We need another one. Can we have one more?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Dallas Dewey be reappointed for the contractor other than general contractor designation for a term to expire October 31st, 2020.
Second?
Roll call.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
And the third position?
We don't have another
Because we-
contractor, right?
Because they don't qualify, so.
Right.
Okay, we'll move on to Health and Human Services. We have two positions. Can I have a motion on the first one?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Jennifer Mirnicki Nohanes, or something very very close. Be appointed to the Health and Human Services Commission for a term to expire October 31, 2021.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
And another one for that board?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Kelly Hunsaker be appointed to the Health and Human Services Commission for a term to expire October 31st, 2021.
Second.
Roll call.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
Municipal Property Corporation, 2 positions. Can I have a motion on the first one?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Wayne Standish be reappointed to the Municipal Property Corporation for a term to expire October 31st, 2021.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
And we have no new applicants, but we believe we can appoint someone. Do we have a motion?
Your Honor,
Yeah.
Yes.
I move that Robert Rauschenbach be appointed to the Municipal Property Corporation for a term to expire October 31st, 2021.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
And we have 1 position to fill on Public Safety Personnel Retirement Board. Can I have a motion on that?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Robert Rauschenbach be appointed to the City Public Safety Personnel Retirement Board as a citizen member for a term to expire October 31st, 2022.
Second.
We have a second. Roll call.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
No.
Councilmember Struble,
Yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yeah, I'm going to say no also, since he did not have any experience in this, so I would say no.
5 in favor, 2 opposed, the motion carries, Your Honor.
Which brings us to,
We got one more.
Do we need to appoint
Yeah,
the,
we need to.
You do, you need to,
Ernst.
yeah, you need to confirm the.
even though they've already chosen, we need
You
to
still need to
go through the
confirm them.
motion. So
on
can
the-
I have a motion on the second position?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that Ernest Eaton be appointed to the Public Safety Personnel Retirement System Board as a Police Department Retirement System Representative for a term to expire October 31st, 2022.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Barker,
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson,
Yes.
Councilmember Evans,
Yes.
Councilmember Rizzi,
Yes.
Councilmember Struble,
yes.
Mayor Surtee,
Yes.
unanimous, Your Honor.
Presentation and discussion on fiscal year 18-19 council work plan. Anna?
Good evening, Your Honorable Mayor and City Council members. Anna McCray, Assistant to the City Manager, here this evening, as Mayor mentioned, to provide you with the first quarter update on the fiscal year 2018-19 City Council Work Plan. Just to quickly recap, there were 41 projects identified on the Council Work Plan for this fiscal year, 5 of which were identified for interaction with Council in this first quarter, the period of July 1st through September 30th. 4 of the projects have been completed, and they include Number 1, the Highway 88 and Superstition Boulevard roundabout. Number 2, the permanent base adjustment. Number 12, the financial management software contract. The contract was signed by City Council, but now the heavy lifting on the actual configuration and build will be for the next at least 12 months. And then number 38, the Greater Phoenix Economic Council contract, or GPEC. One remaining project will carry over to the second quarter, and that's the dog park. After council direction to staff, there has been a discussion held with the Parks and Rec Commission, and Parks and Rec staff will continue to receive public input on that project. Looking forward, there are 17 projects anticipated in the second quarter for interaction with City Council, 2 of which have already been completed. Number 35, the City Council electronic agenda packets. You all have iPads and are operational on that now. And number 36, city boards and commissions meetings process improvements, which include transparency and uniformity. They're all using Legistar now, our Insight page, for posting agendas, meeting minutes, as well as recording the video. That means most of them are now meeting here in the council chambers to record their meetings. Action minutes are also another process improvement in which is freeing up staff time because we do have the audio and visual recording of those meetings now that are available 24/7 on our Insight page. I do want to mention a couple of changes on the City Council work plan. Sometimes shifts in funding occur, and therefore street projects get reprioritized. Number 15, the street preservation of Ironwood, that was from Lost Dutchman to McKellips, will now be deferred to fiscal year 1920 and replaced with reconstruction of Idaho Road due to the realization of grant funding being received for that project. In addition, street project number 20, the street preservation of Old West Highway, will also be deferred so that funding can go towards the reconstruction of Idaho Road. So those were noted and updated on the council work plan for you. That concludes my first quarter update. I'll be returning in February for a second quarter update, and I'm available to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Why are we reconstructing Idaho?
There was pedestrian and bike improvement grant received,
Oh, okay.
and therefore,
Since it's a state road, I was kind of curious why our money was going into it. Okay, thank you.
That's on Lost Dutchman North.
Thank you.
thank you.
Do we have a motion on the upcoming council dates?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move that an executive session at 6 p.m. and a work session at 7 p.m. be held on Monday, November 5th in the City Council Conference Room and City Council Chambers at 300 East Superstition Boulevard in Apache Junction, Arizona, respectively.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Barker?
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson?
Yes?
Councilmember Rizzi?
Yes.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Struble?
Yes.
Mayor Surtee?
Yes.
Unanimous, Your Honor.
And the next meeting?
Your Honor,
Yes.
I move an executive session at 6 p.m. and a work session at 7 p.m. be held on Monday, November 6, 2018 in the City Council Conference Room and City Council Chambers, 300 East Superstition Boulevard, Apache Junction, Arizona, respectively.
Second.
Roll call?
Councilmember Rizzi?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson?
Yes?
Councilmember Struble?
Yes.
Councilmember Barker?
Yes.
Councilmember Evans?
Yes.
Councilmember Waldron?
Yes.
Mayor Surtee?
Yes.
Unanimous, Your Honor.
And we have no call to the public. If everybody has nothing else, then
Wow. We get
we will
done?
be adjourned.